At least in this particular moment.
Get out of here, Betty! Go! Get away!
She's a good dog.
That's why I was crying. I was like, that scene in those movies, we have to have the dog away, but you're crying because you're mean to him?
Betty's sensitive.
And she'd like to stay that way.
Stealing your water.
Please be careful with me. I'm sensitive. It's okay. I just refilled my water. Now we know what
Did
to
you
get.
use the fridge water?
No.
Oh.
I forgot it's there.
It's cold Brita water.
Well, I used ice and the tap. American culture, Disneyland freak show, artificial brain in the market. And I find it.
Okie dokie.
Grandwell.
You guys ready?
Born.
And the years start coming and they don't start coming.
Greg Nagel
Greg Nagel wants to. So good. Shape of an N on his forehead for Nagel.
Oh, man. Didn't make sense not to live for fun.
Never shine if you don't grow.
Do, 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 do. This is session 55, guys.
Yeah, tell me when it's session 69 and then I'll be excited.
55 is a good one.
Man, as good as 69, dudes.
You're a Sammy Hagar fan.
For Brewers secrets. So apparently I incepted the onion flavor into someone's mosaic. Someone's like, F you, I never tasted onions from mosaic, but now thanks to you, I do. I'm like, ha! Improving people's beer experience. Maybe not.
I wouldn't say that's improving. I don't want onion in my beer. The hell's going on?
Apparently the Stranger Things intro. Maybe not Stranger Things, but it sounds spooky and from the 80s.
Doesn't sound anything like Stranger Things.
Not at all.
Are you making that, Greg?
Yeah, it was farting around.
Oh.
Welcome to Four Brewers. Four Brewers in the nighttime. I don't know. We've been pretty low on the number of voices we've been using in this session. Has anybody else noticed?
Time to step it up, guys.
Step up a game!
Welcome to Four Brewers.
I've got a new voice I could use.
I'm surprised you didn't bust it out on the Boca Raton thing, the Florida beers, man.
Boca Raton. so lovely this time of
That was
year.
a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I did blew it. I blew it.
That's where Reginald moved with his whore.
Reginald.
Got him and that young little thing in her perky bosoms.
God, my water is sour.
Yeah. When I rinsed it, it was cool. Like, oh, this is the grossest water
I
ever.
know that feeling, young man. Believe me. I had some sour grapes myself after Reginald left. Son of a bitch.
And
After we found that whore in his crop tops and bought that Camaro.
we should just play All Star by Smash Mouth during our intro.
That should be our new intro.
Okay, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Who brought us these beers again?
Oh,
We should look that up.
thank you. I gotta look that up.
Somebody
Is it Central Waters beers?
Yeah.
I got it.
once brought us these.
Would you
ways
please
we're
stop with the
gonna-
song?
This is
I'm gonna have it stuck in my head for the next
Well,
3
that's
weeks.
Josh Ruffin,
Yeah, he emailed me directly on a bunch of this.
Josh, what a lovely guy.
and then
Sent us these lovely beers.
Focal Banger is from Robert Perry.
I could use focal banging myself if you know what I mean.
Robert Perry.
It's been so long after Reginald.
Robert Perry
left.
and Josh Ruffin.
That son of a bitch, Reginald.
Reginald.
Fuck you, Reggie.
Son of a bitch, Ari. Welcome to Fort Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Reginald.
Greg Nagel.
we've got some fun beers on the show today. I think we're gonna start with something hoppy because
I just want the record to show I'm Jason Harris.
yes, we okay.
I'm not Reginald.
Jason Harris.
You could be though. You son of a bitch. Moving to Florida with that whore. So in Greg and my absence, the guys at a whole fun show full of cans of
Yeah.
beers
Vermont,
that I wanted.
you
Vermont
guys missed
IPA.
the Vermont IPA show.
For
We
the-
literally did.
That's what you
For the
get
record, Matt and I's vacation to Hawaii was very pleasant, and we had a lovely time.
It was
Smoking.
nice and warm.
You rekindled your relationship.
Yeah, we did. We really
We worked out our
we
differences.
found each other again.
It was
it had been so
basically-
long.
If you've seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it was exactly like that.
Yeah, I was Aldous Snow.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
It's
You are-
me. I'm from London.
You kind of are the Aldous Snow of our group.
A little bit.
I'm the Jason of my group.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Segel.
Oh yeah.
So they had some leftover focal banger, and god damn it, I wanted to drink some.
Well, what's a focal
Even
banger?
though this wasn't actually my idea, but still.
I mean, we can't have the Alchemist on the show and not have all four of us like at least drink it.
Yeah, I mean, because we've had the Hurdy. We haven't had the Hurdy Terps on
No.
the show
We had
before.
it.
That one. Shut up. But
We still have a can of that too if you guys want to drink it.
We had the cheese
I
too.
mean, we might as well just go full blown Alchemist and
yeah, let's get the Hurdy Terps out. We'll do it.
all right,
after.
fucking break it out.
Cool.
We can fire this off real quick. Thank you guys.
These beers warrant a redo.
So focal banger. It's got the floaties.
These were
Focal banger is like the more current one, right?
yeah, and he said he picked these up for us like
414, I think, is when.
yeah, they're less than a month old. Like
Smell
a
that
couple weeks
smell.
old.
Smell that smell, you guys.
Smell it with your
Smell that
nostrils.
Fucking fuck.
I already marked that one red, so I don't have it. But thanks again, dude.
Yeah, this has like a greener thing, I think.
It's got some greenery. I get a lot of like tangerine.
Oh yeah, that aroma's great.
Yeah, I get a lot of really bright citrus and tangerine.
Yeah, yeah.
I almost get like a vanilla kind of aroma.
Did we
to
say
it?
this is Focal Banger?
Yes.
This is Focal Banger.
This is the
Yeah,
banger.
The Folky Bangs. It's got like a mad scientist with hops exploding out of his ears.
For some reason, I thought this was the low alcohol
This is
version
the double,
of
right?
something, but this is not low alcohol. I think it's like
What is it?
8,
7%.
7. Okay.
Is it?
No, that's not
I
bad.
thought it was 8.
Citron Mosaic with their favorite British malts, freshness, blah blah blah. Drink. Why do you drink it from the can? To ensure a delightful hop experience.
What?
Okay.
Whatever.
The act of pouring it in the glass smells nice, but it releases the essential hop aromas we have worked so hard to retain.
Bullshit.
What?
All right, let me try it in the fucking can. Give me the goddamn can.
And give me the goddamn can.
Give me the can. Give me the can.
God damn it, Greg. Give me the goddamn can. Do it. Do it now.
What's the verdict?
Greg, give me the can.
They taste the fucking same, man. Only difference is you're drinking out of a can.
Yeah. This is bitter. Wow.
It's pretty bitter,
This
right?
is fucking bitter. Like, holy shit.
I don't think it's
It sticks
as
on my
bitter as
tongue for a
what
while.
I think you're saying.
It's pretty bitter. But you
It's
know,
a softer bitterness.
It does have I'm getting a bitter bite on the end, and I don't even register bitterness generally because I just drink IPA.
desensitized
From
so
my
much.
Shaved your tongue every day.
So maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Yeah, okay.
It's not wrong, John. Hashtag palates.
No, I didn't mean it that way.
Hashtag palate pals.
It just doesn't come off as bitter as some of the beers we've had in this session.
Well,
So-
I was going to say like it's this comes off as bitter, but it's a lot. I think the bitterness level is higher, but it's also cleaner. You know, it doesn't like coat your mouth like some of those hazy beers that we had. It doesn't like have that like rough tannic thing.
yeah, maybe that's it.
You know?
Grit.
Yeah, it's not gritty. You know,
Kind of what I talked about on the brewery show. This has a clean bitter bite.
You mean offshoot?
Or yeah, whatever.
shut the fuck up, Greg. I'll blow it out your ass,
Greg's
Howard.
their fucking PR person.
I'll fucking shoot off about you.
I do get a little bit of that cake batter kind of maltiness from on the flavor, a little bit. Like I don't know. I don't think it's as bitter as you guys are saying it is. It's more of a softer bite, I think. It's like a nibble for me.
I will say,
guess.
for my preference, this is a fucking killer IPA. Like,
Yeah,
it,
it
this
really
great.
is.
It
It's
really
great.
hits like right where I want an IPA to come in. And worth noting too, even though these beers are from Vermont, which is kind of where people might argue that New Englandy thing started. The beer's like moderately hazy. It's a light yellow color, but there's just a little bit, like almost like a chill haze. You can
Yeah,
see something.
I got most of the yeast ropes.
You got most of the
wow.
All the ropey yeast at the bottom.
Some hop jizz.
Maybe that was what I was getting when I just drank from the can.
Yeah,
you had the first pour, I think, right?
yeah, you
Yeah, I
did.
think so. Yeah.
And it's transparent for sure. It's not completely clear, but
Yeah, I had some junkies in mine, but
I gave John the Hurdy Turper so he can have the first pour of that.
okay.
per that terps.
Are we pouring it right now?
No, it's just so it's there.
Okay.
Per it.
I appreciate that, Jason.
Per the
Yeah, man.
terps.
It's not fair that you always have the last one, so you get the first Hurds.
Well, I can't taste it. I mean, maybe there's a
The
difference,
first
but-
per the hurdy terps.
Hurdy Turper.
Herbie Pern.
Heard it in the glass.
Oh, hello, you get the first pour of the Hurdy Turper.
So,
Drink it out of the kern.
when we had this on the show with Joe, we said we were going to talk for that entire beer like the Swedish Chef. And you guys just naturally evolved into that. So,
It just kind of happens.
yeah.
We're so cool, guys.
All right, well, now I'm going to open the heady topper.
The
So,
hurdy
Just drink it out of the can, man, and pass it.
should I?
Yeah, man.
I'll take a sip.
It says
if you guys
drink
don't
from
mind.
the can really big
I
on the
don't mind.
fucking top.
You don't mind my lips on this can?
Well, this wouldn't
your
be the
lips all
first
over
time.
Yep, still tastes the same.
Drinking some tacos.
I wasn't a fan.
Drink some tacos. You know.
I've been juicing tacos. That's my new diet.
Hashtag juice and tacos.
Overall, but to put a bow on Focal Banger,
To put a bow on it, I like it.
it really doesn't taste that different than like a traditional good West Coast IPA. I don't really get
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely softer overall. The bitterness is not as bright, I think. Like, I think of Enjoy By when I think
Maybe,
of West Coast.
yeah.
Like, that is a really, really good example of a West Coast
It's
IPA.
not as tropical or citrusy, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, but Enjoy By though, that's a big beer, you
I know,
and so
I
it's
know.
it's always like
8-8,
that's
yeah.
like really like big and sticky, you know.
But I mean, this is kind of similar-ish, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost put this more in the same category as like Union Jack.
Nah,
Comparing
I
this to
thought
like a
you'd say that. I don't think
Swami's, I don't
so.
think it's that far off. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I
really
think
don't.
Swami's a better comparison than Union Jack.
All right,
I
that's
think
fair. Yeah,
Swami's is better than everything.
Union Jack is probably a little bit maltier.
That's like an everyday drinker IPA.
Yeah.
It's just clean and really, really tasty.
I think the
you know?
finishing bitterness on that beer, or Banger, and like one of the Stone beers, I think it has that lasting bitterness.
It does
It
have
just
a
kinda
lingering.
hangs.
It lingers on your palate for
Definitely,
sure.
yeah.
It lets you
Whatever
know you
hop it
drank
is.
it.
It's got
So-
some IBUs behind it.
Heady Topper.
Oh my god, it's Hurdy Turper.
Hurdy terps.
What do you guys get on the nose there? For me, I get a little bit of a vegetal. No, maybe not
At
vegetal.
first, I thought you were going to say diacetyl, and I'm like, are you picking this up? And I'm not. Holy
no,
shit.
No. It's kind of asparagus-y for me on the nose. It's got a green thing that I don't like.
Worth noting, this beer is much cloudier.
Yeah, for
this
sure.
looks
It's
kind of
more-
in line with a lot of your hazy IPA.
It's more homogenous too on the cloudiness. It's not like chunks of.
Yeah. I
Yeast.
mean, yeah, it's just a. I mean, I can't. If I put my hand on the other side of the glass, I can't see my hand through
It's
it.
opaque for sure. Yeah.
It's a light color.
Yeah.
It's a. Again, it's almost like in the vein of a wit. I think they're using. It's a sign that you're getting a lot more of like oats or wheat or something in there that lightens the beer.
So the nose, am I wrong? Like, do you guys get that same
I get some earthy, sort of green vegetable
Yeah,
thing.
right?
Maybe a little bit. I don't think I get it as much as you're describing, though.
It's the dominant thing for me on the nose.
I do
Yeah,
get-
I'm
I
actually
get-
getting a vegetable nose on it pretty big.
Really?
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah, not like a.
And I don't get
Yeah,
much else.
I'm getting a lot of like pine citrus. I'm getting a lot of pine,
Pine?
is what I'm getting. Yeah.
Going to use oil-based paint because this wagon's pine.
Yeah, I don't get. I don't get a whole lot of pine.
No.
We reviewed this beer last week, forgot it, and then
This is pretty much the same stuff I said last week. So
I don't remember. what I
Asparagus
said
is a
last
good
week.
call, I think.
yeah, the nose I remember last week, when we did the show with Joe, it was not impressive on the nose for me. It was kind of a letdown, actually. So
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't think it's the same level as the vocal banger, but
I'd be stoked to get a Focal Banger like on tap somewhere. Like,
I think this is less bitter than Focal Banger.
I agree. Yeah.
this
Um,
tastes dated, is what it does. It tastes like I don't know. It's like older style hops, and there's not really a lot of hop flavor here. We're getting a bitter bite to it, but like I don't know if you remember IPA like 10 years ago. I feel like this is kind of where a lot of IPAs were 10 years ago that weren't like top level.
Or 5 years ago.
No,
5 years
Really?
ago.
this is a
No.
2005 recipe. I think.
Holy fuck! Really?
Yeah, this beer and Pliny the Elder really like mirrored each other on the different coasts.
Oh shit! When do we know the hop bill for this?
It is a proprietary blend of 6 hops.
Of course it is.
But
Which means it's a lot of Centennial.
Yep, all the C's.
honestly, I'm getting like a Chinook character.
Throat rape.
The hops almost remind me of,
character.
like the hops almost remind me of the hopping you get in like a fresh arrogant bastard.
I could see that.
It's
I could
just-
see that.
It's
yeah.
aggressively like the hop profile. It hits you hard on this beer.
Interesting.
I'm not at all getting the asparagus thing that you guys are talking about.
That's weird.
I'm not on the flavor, but on the nose for sure.
Well, I wish I had your
Let me
nose
see
right
the can
now.
one more time.
Drink it from the can. Drink from the can. Drink
You
from
can
the can.
smell it on the can too.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
Most deaf.
all in all, I think
bursting out
the
of the
focal banger is the clearly the better beer.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And I think what we learned
kind
with
of
a lot of that too is that a lot of these beers they become such a snowball that this is the best beer because I've heard it was the best beer, so I go pick up
Yeah.
that beer because
the Westy 12 effect.
I mean, and that kind of died out with that, but like Pliny the Elder, people who know nothing about beer know that Pliny the Elder is the best beer. They saw it in a
Celebrities
Thrillist
are hunting it
article.
down and
Yeah,
shit.
Right.
yeah. Joel McHale's fucking driving around LA
What a douche.
buying up all the Pliny. He
That
This is
happened?
like, yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
was
on
a-
YouTube or something.
there was a clip somewhere.
Access Hollywood or something.
Yeah, it was like Joel
Why?
McHale loves Pliny. It's like
Why,
his favorite
though?
beer, and so he drives around buying it.
So it's a thing that he does.
and then like,
So
and
he's
then,
one of those beer geeks.
and then
Great.
it ends with him walking out of Tony's Darts Away with a growler of Pliny,
what?
and I was like, "How's that legal?"
Oh, it's not. Boy, howdy, is that not legal?
Here's the one that
what
drinks
was the
it
growler?
all for you.
Of Pliny.
No, what was the label like on the
No,
growler?
it was just like a blank.
It's a bar
Oh,
can fill
okay.
of growler either way.
It's probably Golden Road.
Yeah,
you can't do
not at
that.
all. That's like
That's super highly
Growlers
rated.
can't
that's
fill.
super duper illegal.
Yeah, bars can't fill a growler.
Yeah.
Not in California. But
yeah.
I'm getting, okay, ashtray. This is like ashy to me.
Ashy.
Old Ashy Larry with his
Ashy and
hurdy
classy
turper.
here.
Ashy.
All in all, I think Focal Banger is a better beer all the way around.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't
Yeah, I
kick it
think-
out of bed, but
For the redux of the Alchemist hoppy beers, we're pretty much on the same page as we were on the last episode we did, we did with Joe. So
Word.
good beers.
Still,
I would gladly buy Heady Topper again if it was for sale in California. Focal Banger I'd prefer over Heady Topper.
Yeah.
They're not bad beers, but if you're getting super hypercritical, yeah, Focal Banger is the better beer.
And I think with anything too, it's a sign of the times, right? The overall quality level of IPA. I've said this 100 times, but it just the quality bar has gotten so much higher that even the guys that were top of the heap 10 years ago, that were head and shoulders above everyone else, they're right in the pack. Even they've been surpassed in a lot of ways than from where they were. And I mean, the beer game has evolved, hop availability has evolved, everything has changed.
that's a big one. The availability of the kind of hops and the quality of hops are a lot different than they used to be. It used to be that you could only get like, the weird hops if you were a big ass brewery, and that's actually how it was for a little while, up until kind of recently. But now that things are kind of backing off and crops have gotten so much bigger. I mean, you can buy Mosaic on spot.
You're like a
now.
craft
That's
brewery, and you're just
crazy.
like, man, this last box of hops I got is all just fucking skank hops with fucking nothing but hop seeds and stems.
Exactly.
yeah, I'd rather banger than get some heady.
Yeah.
oh,
Ah, I see what you did there. So, you guys.
Glad you're back, Greg.
that one was stewing for a while.
So you guys.
Just waiting for you guys to finish talking.
Yeah, he was just waiting for it.
Greg's over here like,
He's all like.
And he's all head and shoulders. Head and boulders.
you see the Beavis and Butthead where they're not allowed to laugh?
yeah, they're in school
Yeah.
or whatever. And then
We
they
won't
get
be talking about the penis. We'll be
talking about the vagina. And they get out of school and it's like, like just that was loud.
Yeah.
An avalanche of laughs.
So Central Waters, you guys.
Central Waters.
Central
what's
Waters.
this?
Who brought us the Central Waters beers again?
These are from Josh Ruffin.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, homie.
He sent us an email saying basically he's been a fan since New Brew Thursday.
What?
Which, right on, dude. High five. He looks forward to downloading every new episode every Sunday night.
Hooray.
And I'll add /Monday morning because sometimes I don't get to them, which might be this weekend. So, because my brother's getting married tomorrow.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. In Corona.
Woo!
He's sending out Central Waters beers, mostly barrel aged, and maybe some other stuff soon. So
Well, thanks, man.
Thanks, Josh. You're the man.
He also sent Central Waters notes. A few details prior to the session. Bourbon Barrel Barley Wine is from last year, but should be holding up just fine. Got a new batch here last week. The Y2K is the base beer from the Bourbon Barrel Barley Wine. Aged 2 years in stainless to round the beer out. Talked to owners recently. Doubtful that the unoaked version will ever be released again. Greg left, Dick Punch, and Hail Satan, Josh.
Nice.
Greg left!
Greg left. Greg left.
Oh, man.
So,
Where do we start here?
considering we have a barrel-aged Imperial Stout, which is... What ABV here? It does not say.
And
Huh.
thanks, Josh, for being patient with us, because we were supposed to do this last
I mean,
recording.
if you send us beer and it can sit for a little bit, it'll probably sit for a little bit because we get sent a lot of beer. Usually, sometimes we get lulls where we don't get beer.
It's not
So-
even about what we're getting sent, but a lot of times we'll have shows
Sure,
that are
yeah.
freshness dependent, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If we didn't get sent a beer, but we want to do a show with these IPAs that just came out, well, I don't want those IPAs to wait another month before we get to them. So
Yeah.
we kind of prioritize the beers that can sit a little bit.
So for anyone that sends us beer, don't take it personally if we don't get to it.
We love
immediately.
you.
If it's IPA, we'll get to it immediately.
we love you.
You know,
Always have.
We'll get back to you.
So
So I don't really know where to start here, you guys. We've got an Imperial Stout, a Belgian Quad,
Just grab bag them.
An unoaked barley wine and a regular barley wine. An unoaked barley wine and a bourbon barrel barley wine.
Barley wine is life.
So we starting there?
Yeah.
All right, fucking A. Let's do the unoaked version first.
Unoaked. Yeah.
This is Y2K.
Damn, 22 ounce, dude.
Makes me feel okay.
Just dome it.
You dome it.
Put a
Domer.
straw in it and put it down your gullet.
I
I can't remember the last time we had like a
Barley wine?
just a
A regular-
plain
Just
old
a-
barley
yeah.
wine on the show.
I love barley wine, man.
Originally designed for the Y2K survival kit, this beer has proven to be a staple for anyone's emergency plan. Y2K is a delightful treat, aged for 2 years in our cellars to create a brew strong enough to overcome any disaster.
All right.
Yeah, Y2K. I got married in Y2K.
Did you?
Yeah, man.
Did you get married in the year 2000?
The house I spent New Year's Eve 1999/2000 in is no longer a house. It's now just a dirt field
Oh, really?
in Colton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, strange things happen in Colton.
It's kind of weird. That was a weird night. You got married and I was doing nothing.
I got married.
John's
Had sex.
John went to
for
a dark place.
first
like-
time.
I was with my friend Steve, who's
kidding.
no longer my friend.
Oh,
I
Steve.
miss Steve. I really
Pour
do.
out some barley wine for Steve.
Raise a glass to Steve.
We were besties. I've known him since I was 12.
So
Man.
this
You know, I'm
Toffee.
just thinking about Steve.
this smells like a barley wine.
Getting kind of depressed.
Smells like
Smell that barley wine.
Steve's barley wine.
That'll-
Steve didn't make barley wine.
It's not the kind of thing Steve would do. You clearly don't
You
know
guys think I
Steve.
should call him maybe?
Caramel.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Smells like
All right.
toffee. Smells
Um,
like Steve.
It does have a Steve-ish essence, huh?
It's very Stevie.
Yeah, it's
like Stevie
Steven.
Nicks
It's very
almost.
Steven.
Stevia.
It's a bit Steven.
Steve smokes
Stevie
cigarettes, so this would need to be more smoky.
Yeah.
Good God. It's got some Raisinets quality.
I chew. Smoking's disgusting. I dip.
Oh man,
So
this
is
is a
Is it,
solid.
is it a filthy habit?
Can't have fire in a coal mine.
So this has a classic barley wine nose.
Yep.
Like it's
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
bit of a oxidation note to it.
Nutty.
Big nutty malty thing going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of date.
A lot of Heath,
Oh yeah,
Bar?
dates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
Smells
The
like
cat?
a cat that's a poor knockoff of Garfield. You guys remember Heathcliff?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's good.
Remember Heathcliff?
It is good. It's bitter.
Got
Surprisingly
yeah,
bitter.
man.
Like,
It's balanced.
yeah. It's surprisingly dry, too.
I was expecting more of that oxidation character on the flavor, but
I get a lot.
I don't get a whole.
I get a lot.
It
Not
comes
as
off-
much as I expected.
Yeah, the bitterness kind of like washes over that oxidated note. Does that make sense?
Oxidative.
Oxidative oxygen.
Third show.
And it go on an
I
oxidate.
don't know what that word is.
Oxidator. Hardly knew her.
I think for me too, it's got a big caramel note on the flavor too. That
Toffee caramel.
works really well.
Reminds me of Y2K.
I don't know. It's kind of harsh.
Yeah, I think
how so?
it reminds me more of like an old Guardian type.
Yeah, it's just
Okay. You don't like Old Guardian?
No,
it's
not at all.
biting me.
I think that
No,
beer's
I-
fucking terrible.
I like Old Guardian, but this one's just fighting me. It's like I
Really?
don't know, man. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like everything that I want Old Guardian to be. And
Wait,
I still don't like. And I
you don't
still,
like
I still
this,
don't. I still don't like it very much.
You want Old Guardian to be something you still don't like.
Yeah.
He still wants to hate it. Does he?
It's like
be
I want
better?
Donald Trump to be Kim Jong Un. Okay.
I actually wanted him to be more Kim Jong Il, but whatever.
Kim Jong Il.
He was an asshole.
Like a
too.
literal eel.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks like he drinks a lot of barley wine.
It's an eel with a funny haircut. And glasses.
But
Oh,
it's-
yeah, that's harsh, dude. Wow. Wow, that's after being
Really?
2 years in a
Lingering,
tank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think me and Greg are.
I liked it.
Yeah, this is good. I dig it.
I think we should see how treatment in a barrel treated it.
Good one, dude.
How about that third show?
That's the beginning of El Scorcho.
So, if I remember correctly, this is just the Y2K aged in a bourbon barrel, correct?
I think so. Jason, you have the notes
Yes,
from...
I believe it's the same beer,
from
but
Josh.
in a bourbony barrel base.
Third show.
And a burbity derbity.
Bourbon barrel Christmas Carol. Bourbon barrel Christmas Carol. Warming up for the fucking Four Brewers show.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol. Dude, that's my new warm-up.
Bourbon barrel Christmas Carol.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
It's a good vocal exercise.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
Bourbon's a funny word.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
Isn't bourbon a funny word?
Why is it so funny?
People at home listening.
Alcohol. That's why it's so funny, John.
Yeah, that's why it's
It's
funny.
because of alcohol.
Oh, shit.
People at home listening, just say the word bourbon on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1.
Bourbon.
Bourbon. There. Bourbon.
Bourbon Barrel
No
Christmas
matter,
Yeah. This. Sorry.
no matter how drunk you are, you can always say the word bourbon.
Going back to the beer that
why
we're
he
actually
designed it
drinking
that
right
way.
now. This is a major improvement, I think. Like, wow.
There's a big vanilla on the nose that was not there before.
That
Yeah,
vanillin.
like a real obvious barrel character.
Millie
like,
vanillin.
right in the front.
That oxidation is mellowed out, too, on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, much better. Yeah, this is actually drinkable. I can see why they wouldn't make
Come
the other one
on
again.
now. That beer was not that bad.
I hated it.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the beer punched Jason in the foul.
Yeah, I hated it.
Wabam! Bang! Wabam! And it was like, Zumba!
You guys been watching Mystery Science Theater?
I've watched the first 3.
On the second episode, there's a hunter, and they just keep showing random stuff, and they're just like, bang! Like,
Ooh, this tastes a lot better, though.
oh, it's so much better.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Wow.
huge improvement.
All right, I'll give you guys some slack.
Bourbon barrel Christmas.
Bourbon barrel Christmas.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
Bourbon.
Dude, our show on Christmas now has to be a Bourbon,
Bourbon Barrel
show,
Christmas
so we can
Carol.
call
Oh,
it
that'd be
Bourbon
great.
Barrel
That's
Christmas Carol.
Great. Someone remind us of that when we forget tomorrow.
I think. I think I'm going to put that on my beer names list.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
going to put that in my December calendar right now.
Speaking of which, Matt, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Nope.
No?
Christmas?
Never mind.
Christmas Carol.
Give me a clean cut point because I'm going to edit that out. Okay.
Huge improvement.
Bourbon barrel Christmas Carol.
Yeah, this is actually it is much better. I liked the non-barrel version quite a bit, but this is an improvement.
I do think it's fun that he was like, I'm going to send you guys some beers. All the top tier of alcohol, like where it's like we normally sort by kind of like general alcohol, and it's like, nope, we're gonna do all the ones that would go last.
Yeah,
they're all
exactly.
last. Drink all of these last.
I mean, I do get a slight tannic wood character on it too. Like you get that the barrel quite like wood.
Yeah.
Wood.
It's super barrel in front, yeah.
And it's a little tannic, but I think that helps with that oxidation thing. It kind of clears everything out. It strips your palate and cleans up. Nice. I think.
It also helps to add a little bit of structure, I think, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Where I thought the other one was, it wasn't quite enough body for me. You know, I think that's one reason that the bitterness came off as so harsh, is because there wasn't like that big multi backbone to kind of like back it up, you know.
Yeah.
This kind of mellows out the bitterness, and it also adds a little bit to the mouthfeel, which I think helps a lot.
It improves the aroma quite a bit though.
For sure. Yeah, that's.
Also smells fucking hot. Like this is
Oh yeah, these are all quite hot.
big hot beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was packing these beers and he's like, watch this, guys. I'm going to kill the 4 Brewers. Let's send them all beers that are fucking 12%. Trying to kill me, man?
Speaking of which, here's a bourbon barrel quadruple. That's bubbling up quite a bit. Let's see how this does.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
The color is almost identical to the barley wine.
Maybe it is the barley wine.
It is
Maybe
the
they just
barley wine.
rebranded it.
It is.
We fucking blew this thing wide open.
Let's see. Central Water.
Ooh,
That smells nice.
that smells very good. Not nearly as much barrel as the barley wine.
This is barrel aged?
Yes,
Oh,
I believe.
man.
I believe it. That is correct. Yes. Does it say barrel aged on the side?
Greg?
Let's see. Can I get a ruling here? It says Belgian style quadruple ale, Brewers Reserve, malt beverage aged in used oak bourbon barrels.
There you go.
And real big here on the side.
But they were
It does say
used,
bourbon.
so
Bourbon.
you know.
Well, used by bourbon, right?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Nah.
Well, actually, I mean, there is a. It took me a second because I thought they meant like second use, like you've already aged a beer in it, right? Like
That's fair.
so you could have used as in you've
Oh, okay,
already
yeah.
done beer through it, or used as in it was a spirits barrel that then came as opposed to fresh oak, right? Because it's important.
Just take
to
used
determine.
out.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
don't put used in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like, have you ever
Used
had,
is like a negative word, you know?
Well, the 20% off the list price.
it's like a boozy banana bread.
I don't get that much banana. You get banana?
Like banana bread where it's like, kind of sticky, icky, sort of
And it's like darker.
darker.
Like darker,
yeah.
like Maillard banana.
Oh, for sure.
I kind of get that. Yeah.
Oh, I like this one. I like this better than the barley wine.
Yeah, it has a little bit of like baking spice to it too. And then also a lot of like that fig prune
Nice.
thing.
It is nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
when people nail a good quad, dude.
Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
not a lot of people do quads.
I
'Cause it's
love
really
when
hard to
people
brew.
put a quad in a barrel, which you don't see much. Because when people do make quads, they tend to go very traditional with them, which barrel aging isn't really the norm.
No, for sure.
You know who really shit the bed when they barrel aged a quad? Saint Bernardus. Did you ever get that barrel aged?
Oh, really?
That barrel aged ABT 12.
I heard about it.
They
Never got
try
it.
and
Though.
be like, dude, Belgium, just stay Belgium.
Yeah. You do you, Belgium.
Yeah. Don't try and copy.
Probably a package. Better go sign for it.
Yeah, it's... All right,
Yeah.
pause, I guess.
Pause. I'm going to go pee.
Somebody once told me that I should go pee-pee.
I ain't gonna make a poo in my pants.
Did you watch much Futurama?
A bit. Not like obsessively, but I've
Um,
seen. I'm pretty up on it.
I want to do a pepper beer and call it Bam It Again, Elzar.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but that sounds fun.
Elzar is the emerald.
The big. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, he had his his Bam Weasel, like Bam, like yeah, Bam It Again, Elzar.
Raise a glass to
breathe some blood in.
freedom. Something they can never take away. For my Hamill fans out there, nobody's ever been like, "Hey, that's me. I'm your Hamill fans." 'Cause nobody listens. It's just for me. Just for me.
Fucking pills.
Like hoppy pills.
Wow, wow, wow.
Pivo?
No, it was hippie vegan pill things.
John's opiates.
All right.
But they're natural. They come direct from the poppy.
Opium, none of that morphine shit.
Oh my God, that's what Harry Anton looks like. Never
Why
mind.
do you have the sound on your phone?
What do I what?
I said, why do you have the sound on your phone?
I just turned it on to watch that video. That's all. So this is a great quad, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this a lot.
This is excellent. Like,
The
I am kind of blown out of the water with this beer.
I don't see
What?
how I don't
Blown
see
out
how
of
a
the
stout-
central waters?
Oh.
What?
I don't see how a stout tops that quad.
It's still a little hot on the nose, too, now that I'm coming back to it. But overall, yeah, totally.
This is nice. It's complex. It's got
It's creamy. It
it's
almost has a
got
cream
all kinds
soda
of things
thing.
happening. Yeah.
It's ropey.
I like the
It's not ropey.
the boozy banana
it is
bread
not.
thing.
It is not ropey at all.
I know.
You got to listen to that show, Matt, like with Joe.
Oh, okay.
I'll rope you.
Many rope references.
Got it.
Like Peter North ropiness.
Thick ropes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mm.
you're
Come
getting it.
out of your penis.
Oh.
Oh, dick
Oh.
ropes.
Oh.
Shooting ropes.
Hey, Dick Ropes here, coming at you in the morning. Got you from fucking 5 a.m. to 9 for your morning commute with a 1 hour commercial free coming up.
Dick ropes.
That's the fucking bumper.
Dick Ropes here. Ooh.
Dick Ropes in the morning.
Yeah, Dick Ropes Matt.
I think at one point Howard Stern had advertisements for pills
Dick Ropes.
that would give you fatter ropes.
That sounds like something.
Yeah,
you
it
do.
sounds
Do
like
you
Stern.
want thick,
I'm serious.
chubby ropes?
Yeah.
It was a thing. Like
When you're
you could
playing-
take a pill and get thick cum ropes.
When you're playing Lord of the Anal Rings, you definitely want.
And who's the Lord of the Anal Rings? Artie Lang.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. So
Artie
this
Lang
stout-
looks up.
No,
I gotta give Artie
can't
Lang.
start from there.
I gotta give Artie Lang credit because he has looked a month away from death for the last 10 years. And he's still not
turned
dead.
into more of a racist than ever before. So
Oh,
fuck
well.
Artie Lang.
He's not dead.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So last but not least, we have the Imperial Stout, Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. We've had many a fine Barrel Aged Imperial Stout in our 4B tenure. So let's see how this one stacks up.
Does this brewery just make big beers, or that's all we got?
They probably have like a Pilsner or something.
Do they have a pills?
Yeah, let's look up their actual.
I'm just curious if they have.
Yeah, what do we know
An
about
IPA
Central
or
Waters?
something, you
Let's
know?
take a little time and
Let's
learn
take a trip.
about Central Waters. Let's get purified in the central waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Let's get baptized. Baptized.
Like to be purified in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. This bores me.
They've been around since '96.
They've got a honey blonde, red ale,
21
IPA,
years. Wow.
pale ale, shine on ale.
So it sounds like they have like really basic beers and then really huge beers. And so he was like, "Well, I'm not going to send them the honey blonde. I'll just
Maybe
send."
he
I
could.
like a good honey blonde.
Well, yeah.
Seasonal. They've got a Scotch ale, IPL, double IPA, Oktoberfest. So actually, seemingly like pretty. You said they're what 94?
96.
Yeah. So I mean, pretty standard, old school.
Old guard.
They have a
Yeah, exactly.
Space Ghost Imperial Stout with chili peppers.
All right.
Dope.
With ghost peppers in it, by the way. Headless Heron Barrel Aged Pumpkin Spice Ale.
Cassian Sunset.
Belgian inspired Weizenbuck. Rye Barrel Chocolate Porter. So yeah, they got a full line.
Oh man, they've
good
got a bourbon
Weizenbach.
barrel barley wine, you guys.
Wah, wah, wah. I think the beers we have are all from their Brewers Reserve series, like
Yes,
their
indeed.
barrel aged series, which also includes a Scotch ale.
Which is dope because if you're going to send like their beers, send the best. you
Send
know?
the reserve. All right, so
Send the best.
This has like a chocolatey, kind of malty, oxidized thing.
I think it smells like chocolate milk.
I get nuttiness on mine.
Yeah.
God, it's so weird how someone can say something and then you can smell that in the beer.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it
It's like
smells
it's like
chocolate milk.
walnut.
Chocolate milk and walnuts.
Yeah.
I just get chocolate milk. Swear
Maybe
to
if you
God.
made
No.
chocolate milk with almond milk.
That actually sounds super good.
Dude, that's it.
I think they make that actually.
They do.
I'm sure. Yeah.
No,
That's pretty good.
Don't
Chocolate
bu-
silk.
Don't buy it because
Yeah.
it's so fucking sweet. They add so much sweetener to it. It's undrinkable.
And you can also make your own almond milk really fucking easy.
Well, buy almond milk and just put chocolate syrup in it.
I've tried, but I can never find the nipples.
Nipples, yeah.
Yeah, like
What you got to do is you got to crack them in half, and then
Matt,
there's nipples in the
Matt,
inside.
And then
Yes.
oh yeah.
You're totally right.
Can you milk me?
For months, Yvonne made her own almond milk, but it's too much of a pain in the ass. So
it's kind of time intensive, is all.
you just have to blend it and then strain out the chunks of almonds, and there's your milk.
What if you like food processed it?
That's kind of what you're doing, yeah. You add
Food-
water to it.
Food processor isn't really made for things that are that wet. That's why that's mainly the difference between a blender and a food processor. Is food processor are meant for like drier things, maybe like the consistency of like a paste.
Oh,
Blenders are more for like wet.
I was
I
wrong.
have
more-
used a food processor to make like pesto or like hummus.
Yeah, that's about
Hummus.
it's about as wet as you want to get in a food processor.
Oh,
Like
good.
I make hummus in a blender, so it's that kind of like blurry line, you know.
Good to
I
know.
will say this though: if you want to try some vegan sour cream, soak some cashews overnight in water, put them in a blender, and you get some awesome cashew sour cream. It tastes so close to sour cream. It's so good.
I just have
You
Greek
know,
yogurt.
dude, you know what tastes really close to sour cream? Sour cream.
I use Greek yogurt.
Greek
instead.
yogurt, homie.
That doesn't help this at all, man.
Greek yogurt. High five.
No, sour cream is the best, but it's like cashew sour cream is like sour cream without. It's like a little less tart.
Try
That's
Greek
it.
yogurt.
All right.
It's really good, dude.
See, if
You
my
would-
homie Joe was here, he'd be backing me up right now.
He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm on a plant-based diet." I
We'd
don't-
be like high fiving each other.
I don't.
I'm gonna pretend he's right here. Yeah.
Um,
Thanks, buddy.
I feel like this beer.
Jow.
I feel like this beer doesn't really like cash the checks the aroma wrote. You know, like the aroma is really great. Like the flavor is kind of falling flat for me.
It's lacking some roast. It
Yeah.
needs some like roasty character to
It's a
really
little-
back it up.
It's a little thin.
Yeah, it's kind of a one note kind of flavor. What's that
Yeah.
one note?
Chocolate milk.
Charlie Moo.
It's kind of
Yeah.
bitter. It's kind of bitter chocolate milk, except it's not milky.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I mean, it's good.
It's a little thin, but it's not. It lacks complexity. Basically, it needs to have more going on. I think.
Yeah, I want more out of it than it's offering.
And it could also be-
the Imperial Stout from Barrel Aged Imperial Stout from
think-
Central Waters.
We might have a little palate fatigue here
Probably.
happening as well.
Maybe a little bit, but even then, like you would expect a beer of this girth to like be a little
I
more in
think the
your face.
quad was impressive enough that after this is just kind of a middle of the road barrel aged stout. I think.
Yeah, it's one of those
And-
like wouldn't kick it out of bed.
I think we're wrong on this. Like, if you keep drinking it, like it's got a lot going on. It's super soft. It's not. I mean, it's got like a nice bitter balance, but it's not dry. I don't know. It's good. The chocolate notes in this are really nice. I feel like we're selling the beer short. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know.
According to the description, it is their most highly sought after beer, so I guess they're doing okay.
Yeah, it's actually really really good. I mean, just
I think it's
It's
good. It's just
real thin.
it's not as impressive
I
as
think
their
that's
quad.
your palate fatigue coming in.
I think it's pretty.
Well,
It's
we've been drinking for 3 hours.
It's 9.5%, which is small for a big stout.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now
I
you
like
say
it.
that.
I like it.
Wee bit thin.
Jay Leno, what are you doing here? Hey guys, just talking in my fire truck.
My Duesenberg.
Sorry, I went over here in my check car. And had some Imperial Stout, and it wasn't very good.
And I guess from my jet motorcycle. Can you guys let me use your phone?
I will give you that. It's a little bit thin, but it's tasty.
I like how we keep going back and forth between like Jay Leno and Cousin It.
That's just slightly faster, Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Cousin Leno.
And then doing a Leno kind of falls into Cartman every once in a while.
So true. Have you seen that?
Jason, do it. Somebody do it.
Cartman?
Leno Cartman.
Oh, hey you guys. Hey you guys.
I can't do Cartman.
Hey you guys.
We need to like.
I'm
What's a
going
good
to my
Leno
garage.
joke?
Do Cartman, it's like say something racist. Just take a shot at Jews. Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
you
the
could do
sound
that.
bites.
You could do that one, John.
Sound bites.
Let's not go there.
That'll go on the 4B soundboard, and it's like, well, there goes Jason saying some bad shit.
That's a new bingo square.
Cartman sucks. Wow, controversial opinion, Golden Brett. I like Stewie better.
Is Cartman Jewish? No,
No.
No, Kyle's Jewish, and
Kyle's
Cartman's
Jewish.
always fucking with him
Okay.
about it because he's an
Got it.
asshole.
I don't
Yeah.
watch South Park.
You should. It's one of the best shows on TV.
No,
It's quite funny.
Mm.
The
Okay, Matt.
show's over. So
Don't do that.
sorry. Yeah, I just no, I lost. I
Picture the waveform in GarageBand where it's like.
Dude, seriously, I started my thought and I lost it before I could get the first syllable out.
Third show.
Third show. All right.
I'm fading.
Feeling
Okay.
the beer in his tonsils.
Fresh start.
Before the fresh start, who do we get this from again?
Josh Ruffin.
Josh. All right.
Ruffin.
Right.
Ruffin.
So Josh Ruffin, thank you for these beers. This was great.
Maybe send us one that's not 10% next time.
Are you
Christ,
Ruffin?
Jason?
Thanks for the free beer,
How
but
dare you?
he's trying to. But Josh Ruffin may have tried to kill us.
He's trying to seduce us.
He was really making us rough it.
trying to get us
Killing
in the
us
sack.
with kindness.
We're really rough
That's
it.
true. He's killing us with kindness.
Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ.
You sent us some really good beer, but could you tone it down a little bit? Because, this is too much for the 4 Brewers, and sometimes you just want to drink a honey blonde. You know?
That sounded just like me.
It was such a good impression.
That was either
Such a good
me
impression.
or Sam Calcioni.
Sam Kilagione's back here more.
Yeah.
You gotta have more of that stoner vibe, except you're from New England.
We brewed a pumpkin beer and people just liked it.
People just
we're wow.
We're we should just call it pumpkin, because it's a pumpkin beer.
It could be a
Am I
Bill and
right?
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I knew.
Important
I
thing
know.
is,
We just took the
That's why
beer.
Jim Cook.
We just took the beer and we brewed it hoo-ja!
And one day we're gonna do a show at
Wham!
Dogfish Head with Sam.
important thing.
It's gonna happen.
Important thing is
And we're
have
gonna
a
make fun
beer
of Sam.
with a unique name that doesn't sound like anybody else's name, because that would be legally wrong. So that's why we called it Pumpkin, because that's so unique.
That's what Henry David Thoreau would have
It's
done.
you know how pumpkin has an M? Well, we did an N.
With a K.
It's the.
Pumpkin.
It was actually a typo, but then I was like, go with it.
We took out the P, added an N.
They were that typo, it's really off-centered.
Yeah.
So we decided to go for
It's
it.
a typo, but we only have one of those weird typewriters that does the cool thing that we do.
Pumpkin Ale's good though.
So it's
That's a really
pumpkin.
good beer. That's one of the best.
But
Pumpkin
if you
beers.
call your beer pumpkin, we'll fucking sue your ass into the dirt, man.
Well,
So if you want to find 4B online, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can find all that information on 4brewers.com. Go to 4brewers.com/live if you want to hang out with us while we're recording these shows. It'll give you a link to our Discord chat and to the live broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah, we
keep an eye on
that
it.
out.
Keep an eye on our socials, and we'll let you know when our next sessions are coming up. Go to 4brewers.com/YouTube if you want to find our sticky, icky video content. We've got Cheap Beer Corner, Pink Beer Corner. We've got Fresh Off the Shelf and the 4B Quickies, plus more to come. If you want to go to patreon.com/4brewers and donate to the show, that would be great. You give us $1 a show, $2 a show, whatever you like. It really helps us out. Go to iTunes and give us a rating because we want your 5 stars. And
leave a review.
And leave a review. Yes, absolutely. And if you want to get in touch with us directly, hit us up at feedback@4brewers.com and brew the shit out of it. Suddenly we're a Brian Eno song.
What are we doing?
Mama quiero.
Oh, now Matt knows how to use that mic. Yeah.
I like being over here, John. I like being over here. It's comfy.
I wish I had a really awesome mic that could just
Amplify that shit. Compressor.
try it.
Okay, how about now? Is this better? Being over here? Wow. Noise. Ha. Okay, I'm done.
You can hear the ceiling fan.
The
that
gain
way.
is at 100%.
Gain
You can hear me in your
now.
mic. Seriously, talk.
Let's do the
How
echo.
about now?
Put on the
Okay, good.
echo.
Okay.
I got it. Computer, what time is it?
The time is 3:16 p.m.
Oh, hell yeah!
So good. Oh, apparently you turned the gain all the way up. Really fuck with the audio to other people.
Yeah, I turned it back down. It's yeah.
we ear crit Jacob, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jacob.
R.I.P. dude. Sorry, dude.
So, are you both leaving?
I got a jam.
It's just me and Jason doing these last two.
Well, fuck him.
Ah, shit.
What beers you got?
Sorry, guys. I gotta go.
We're doing two more minis.
It's that IPA from.
Come on, Greg. Come on, man.
Come
on, Greg.
It's an IPA and a saison, so they're not like 10%.
Please.
And the saison is for Matt, so if he leaves, then fuck him.
Come on, Matt.
All right, do the saison.
Yes.
The raison for the saison.
All right, where are they at?
They're in the fridge. How did this get made? Mini-sode. I can't get over how much those guys fucking love the Fast and Furious.
Really?
They watch Fast 8 and they're just fucking in love with it. Even June.
All right. We're recording. Matt, can I get a little bit of a rinse?
With the carbonated water?
What happened? You didn't fill that back up?
Oh, it's way empty. Yeah. It's just throw some in there. It's fine.
Well, feel free to hit up the Brita
Okay.
thing in the fridge.
She Brited it.
Sheep, Brita.
Big money. Salvia.
It burns. What happened to that? How do we not have that? Send that to me, dude. Seriously. We drink so much saison in
I
the show.
thought you had it because it was in that show.
It's not on my soundboard, so I don't know what happened to it.
I like the link that says, thanks to Fire Festival, we finally have decisive proof that entitled millennials and tech bros are less competent and organized than juggalos.
Yeah. Yep. No, you know, this was a failure of Ja Rule. That's who this was.
Murder. Ah, man. Seriously, the Gathering of the Juggalos doesn't have these problems.
Yeah, exactly. The only problem they have is like dumpster fire, like literal dumpster fires.
And like everything about it.
Yeah, there's that too.
I emailed it.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh, sounds like a Chainsmokers song.
It's all about being white and in love.
Exactly.
Somebody on YouTube did a thing that was like...
How to write the Chainsmokers song?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I saw that. It was amazing.
It was pretty fucking dead on.
Yeah.
All right, people.
Holy shit, I'm at Coachella.
Not Stagecoach, so.
Coachella.
I saw
Here, let's fire this up,
a
shall we?
truck driving down the 60 and going to Stagecoach with a Confederate flag.
Nice.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens.
You got the song queued up?
Fucking Stagecoach.
You got
Oh.
saison?
No, I don't.
No, yeah, just put it through the mic.
Hang on. No.
I just
I
emailed
can
it.
get it. Give me a second.
1 second.
Just edit it in
1
later.
second.
We'll record 2 minutes of audio and then just do the rest of that song.
On loop.
Just do that song for 9 minutes just to fucking troll people.
Oh, we got the beer already.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what the fuck you guys been doing, but
I know. I was rinsing.
I'm rinsing, buddy.
Rinsing my beer there, mister.
Hey, buddy.
The strings on that song, man.
Apparently, when people flew into the Fire Fest, they saw beautiful water, and then they were warned not to go into the water because of sharks.
What's the Fire Fest?
It was
You
a
haven't
festival.
heard about Firefest?
No.
It was seriously like these dudes created like a festival by basically paying a bunch of Instagram like influencers to be like, oh, this festival's going to be so hot. So to be like fucking Kendall Jenner and like a bunch of fucking Instagram celebrities all got paid to be like, oh, Firefest's gonna be the best. And it was super expensive. It was targeted at like fucking rich kids. So these people would pay this like $10,000 to
Is it
fly.
like Burning Man kind of thing?
No, it was
It was
supposed to
more
be
like Coachella. Like Coachella in the Bahamas.
Yeah, exactly. Except for they got there and it was like literally like FEMA tents and like fucking cheese sandwiches and
apparently none of the artists got paid their advance, and so none of them showed up. Literally everyone.
There's no
why would
electricity
you?
or running water. Or
Yeah.
The storm came in and knocked out all the sewage, so they had no toilets. So like,
Wow.
I saw some like GIF about like a thing burning on a boat, and it was like this. It was made out of like paper and sticks. And had, like,
no,
claws.
just Google FYRE Firefest, and like there's a whole shitload of shit to read about
Yeah,
it. It'll be a fun evening activity for you. I think you'll get some enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play
Okay,
Switch
let's-
this evening.
let's
so
fire-
Go
let's-
for it, Matt. Go.
Fire.
Okay.
Speaking of Firefest, fire it off.
Welcome to 4B flight. Now I'm going to
4B flight. 4B flight.
This is like 6th show.
Episodes smaller than normal.
Go for it, Matt.
Let's just keep recording.
Welcome to the 4B flight. My name's Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Jason Harris.
Greg Nagel.
And on this episode of the 4B flight, we have two breweries who have come together as one to make a delicious
Sauce.
confluence of beer. This is Jolly Pumpkin and Holy Mountain. Jason, you just went to Holy Mountain, didn't
I
you?
did. I was in Seattle for fucking
Holy Mountain.
2 nights, and the second night I went to Holy Mountain and Urban Family with Brian Myron, friend of the show. He
nice.
every time I'm in town, he's like, "You want to go to breweries?" And he fucking drives
Yeah,
me
dude,
around.
he's everywhere.
He's nice.
He's a
It's
dope dude.
Incredible.
He's a dope dude. I like him a lot. I ran into him before Firestone last year.
So this beer is called Smashed, Grabbed, and Hop Dusted, and it's got like some cool ass stoner metal artwork on the.
What kind of beer is this?
Well,
Jason?
what is it?
I don't know, man. Sour.
Yeah. Well,
Is it a saison?
Saison? Saison?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's all Jolly Pumpkin makes, right?
Saison.
well, they make beer de garde too.
It says sour ale is also on the bottle.
de garde, beer de garde. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
So
works.
I want to read the summary on this because it's kind of funny.
Please do, because this beer is very perplexing.
Have you ever been smashed, grabbed, and hop dusted? It's what can happen should you take a trip to Holy Mountain, a surreal David Lynch biker psychological thriller kidnap movie with Liam Neeson or Jason Statham. Only there is no Liam Neeson or Jason Statham.
Oh.
Only good friends handing you delicious delights of hops and joy. Feel familiar? Then you've been hop dusted. Own it.
I mean, I've crop dusted before.
Currently, Greg is actively crop dusting as he says this.
He's in a booth.
The Greg booth.
We have those plastic baffles around like we're fucking. He's the drummer on MTV Unplugged.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, patrons, for the Greg booth.
We, with Patreon money, we're buying charcoal underwear for
This
Greg.
has a hoppy nose on it, I think.
It's super hoppy. It's super pineapple. It's like that like pineapple, really bright lemon citrus type thing, but
Yeah.
it's also a little funky.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. It's kind of grapefruity in a way, but
Yeah.
like blood grapefruit, like dark
Greg.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Pineapple funk. Pineapple funk.
Pineapple bread. Pineapple bread. There's no bread in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shut up, Golden Brett.
How you doing?
You're involved here.
Fuck off!
Get back in your lane, Brett.
Panning
this has
for
a-
gold since your grandpappy was a fucking sperm.
You are my grandpappy.
Oh yeah, come visit me.
Is this Brett fermented?
long this is on top.
Is this Brett?
I mean,
would assume
everything they do is a wild culture. I think,
Okay.
At Jolly Pumpkin.
Jolly good.
It doesn't say. They have that flowery shit about fucking getting hop dusted in the mouth or whatever.
Yeah, it's like flowery, kind of fruity, hoppy funk.
It certainly is dusty.
It
Dusty?
definitely has a big funky back.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Dusty?
I was
Big
kidding.
Funky back.
I like this a lot. I'm glad.
that
I'm
good?
glad that I didn't leave.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you, Jason.
It's a challenging beer, but I think based on what I had at Holy Mountain, I was like, okay, I kind of have an idea where this is gonna go.
Where's
and
Holy Mountain from?
Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also
So-
named after a Sleep album, one of my favorite bands. That has got on vinyl that I'm very stoked
Dude,
about.
all of their shirts were metal as fuck.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. If I'm ever up there again, I'll shoot you some photos.
That'd be dope.
Because they all kind of like youth large, which is what you wear.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I wear a small. Thank you very much. It's a size larger. I really like Holy Mountain's branding. It's very like simple, very elegant. It's like they have really great like just like 2-color art. And their beer is fantastic. I mean, Jolly
That
Pumpkin.
label
like,
alone?
What more can you say about Jolly Pumpkin?
Yeah, this is honestly Jolly Pumpkin's new branding has looked fucking dope. Like,
yeah.
Just for the label art by this damn beer.
Yeah,
this beer is cool as shit. Yeah.
Jolly Pumpkin kind of moved away from the more like
What was it, like-
classical art, which almost came off as cartoony sometimes type thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's more modern. And goddamn, is this great! Wow.
It's very modern with lots of symbolism happening.
Yeah,
Like
this is
real
like a-
lemony.
I'm getting like a lemon, but there is that pineapple bread.
Super dry, but still has body to it. Like,
And just that funky,
Yeah, it does. It has a lot
that
of structure.
funky yeast on the back. Like I think a lot of breweries would be a little afraid to go this funky with a beer,
Yeah.
and it works really well for it though. This
it
is
I mean, it's got a musty character too that works very nicely. It's like a musty basement sort of shoe store
when-
thing. I don't know, man.
This is definitely, I think, when I think of a beer that has
Shoe
complexity, this beer has a lot of layers to it. I like what's going on in this.
Yeah.
like shoe stores, really, that's good. Like, I kind of get that. Like,
Isn't that weird?
it's like department store with leather.
Yeah,
fat
right.
woman walked
It's like
into
when
the
you first
brewery
walk
today.
into Target.
Should call it Zapateria.
When you first walk into Target, well, that's not a
You know
shoe
that smell?
Target's a shoe store. It's
think
also
Target's
a clothes
mostly
store.
Has some
Plastic.
shoes.
Plastic and textiles.
It smells like a tent that is.
These are all very different things,
Greg, I
man.
was
Like
trying to get on your plane.
It smells like a tent that's kind of musty.
We shouldn't give Greg any more beer.
No, man, it's like funky in like all these weird ways.
Greg's like, it
That's what I'm
smells
trying to
like
get
I'm
to.
riding the loon.
Would you say it smells like your? Does it smell like your trailer tent that you just sold?
It does. Yeah, exactly. I was trying to figure that out. I'm like, when we opened it up, there was some rain damage or whatever from the long winter that we had. That was sort of super rainy, and there was
Like
a
5
sleeping
days.
there was a sleeping bag in there that got a little moldy, and it has
okay.
that character to it.
Of course, you mean this in a positive way, right?
Oh, dude, yes, in
totally.
the best way possible. Like,
I wouldn't want to like smell this while I go to sleep, but I'll smell it while I drink it. It's pretty
Nice.
good.
I mean, how funky do you want your beers? This is pretty damn funky.
This is at peak funk.
It is.
It's like
This is
fucking
when-
George
would you
Clinton
call
and
it
the Parliament
P-funk?
Funkadelic.
This is
Yeah.
when funk goes right.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
God.
Well, thanks, Jason. This is great. So we're doing the 4B flight to make sure we tell everyone about our Patreon. Patreon.com/4brewers. It's how we cover our expenses. It's how we do fun things. It's how we upgrade our studio.
We're thinking about
Essentially, you
doing
go
new
to,
things for patrons exclusively, and our newest idea is us playing video games and drinking beer. So
Nice.
Driving games, in particular.
Yeah, exactly.
drunk
so-
driving with 4 brewers.
So,
Video games.
anyways, if you like the show and you want to help us out, go to patreon.com/4brewers. You can give us as little as the cost of a pint a month.
I mean, yeah, $2
$1 a show, $2 a show.
is a pint.
Yeah, exactly.
be
So,
rad.
I give about $3.50.
nice. So, go to patreon.com/4brewers and donate to the show. And until next time, brew the shit
We
out
will
of
love
it.
you a long time,
We'll love you a long time. And brew the shit out of it.
but mostly brew the shit out of it.
Thank you, Greg.
But mostly pretty shit. And we love you.
So, Jason, we're doing one more, right?
Oh goddamn! Oh goddamn! Yeah, I got motherfuck.
Okay, guys. Can we shoot for 11 o'clock every session?
I think it's a good idea. I really like ending earlier.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
finishing at
For me, it helps me
3
beat
3
traffic.
o'clock is fucking awesome.
It helps me beat traffic too. Yeah, I've been kidding traffic on the way back.
I'm down.
6 months,
Yeah.
6 hour and a half to get back.
Cool. Yeah. If you guys
Down, yeah.
can do it.
It's fine with
Yeah.
me.
Cool.
Like, start at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well. If you're still listening, I guess watching too. Fuck it. We're doing one more mini for the 4B flight. I don't think we're gonna take a break. Just gonna sit here and drink some beer. But yeah, we're doing one more beer. I'm not sure what it is actually. I think it might be an IPA from Garage Project, I think. Not sure. It's been a long day, people. I kind of want to move to Matt's spot. Because then me and Jason can be on camera. So, last beer. What are we doing? All right, we're going to say bye to Greg and Matt, so we'll be back in a minute.
Fuck you, Greg and Matt. Fuck you. That's
Garage Project?
unique. Something different. Garage? Oh, call it Garage Project, because that started brewing in my garage. Garage. Grizzly bear when he was 3.
It's like 7
Brady.
T-Rex ants.
Brady Nagel. I gotta get some more use out of Greg Nagel once told me. Nagel once told me. Matt Becker. Stop playing with your wiener. Gripping the king on tight.
If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with yourself.
The urine stain on your pants tells me you're a one-shake man. Far too busy for the follow-up shimmy. Thanks.
Okay, I really need to go.
Have fun with your so-called girlfriend.
She actually doesn't exist. You guys didn't actually meet her that much.
You fucking talk about my wife?
All right, dudes.
Bye, Greg. All right, Jason.
You're not going to be able to fly the spaceship without my keys. Duh.
Not your keys. It's your girlfriend's keys. It's okay. Jason, what are we doing? All right, I'm turning that camera on. Recording. I promise in at least 2 months we'll be in the bigger room. And it'll be dope.
Yeah, this room's pretty fucking.
All right, I'm in Matt's chair. Look at me. Wow, his headphones are hot. Holy shit.
Seems like Matt is pretty hot-headed.
Man, this is hot. This is, I can see why he wanders off the mic all the time because it sounds okay in his headphones. All right. Back in time.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack go on the limbo stick.
I think Matt has hearing problems because this is so loud. This is so loud.
He was a musician.
So was I.
Oh, shit. Wow, there's a lot of people listening to us do stupid shit.
Right.
All right, fam. I'll do this one. Fuck it.
Cool. Or B flight.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to think if I want to do something stupid or not. No, I'll just do regular. Original recipe, not extra tasty crispy.
Cool.
Welcome to the 4B flight. You may have noticed I'm not Matt Becker. And as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Jason Harris,
Not Matt Becker.
also not Greg Nagel.
Yeah, this is a Sans 4B. I can't sit here. We gotta start over. This is
The
bad.
idiots have taken over.
All right.
No, you're staying there.
I at least turn the headphones down. We're gonna start over. This is
All
bad.
right. John changed seats and it really fucking threw off his mojo.
It did.
You're the one who wanted to sit there. I'm
His
fine.
headphones, they're so loud. I don't know how he does this with his headphones this loud. Oh, this is so much better. It's like so loud. All right, start over.
Are we recording?
Yeah,
We were recording the last 4, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to the 4B flight. I'm Jason Harris. And you know who else is with me? Guess
John-
who?
John Holzer.
Hi, John.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm about to take flight. So anyways, we've got some beer here today for the 4B flight. It's a garage project, Party and Bullshit.
Oh, nice.
I'm back to being me.
It's called what? Party and Bullshit?
Party and Bullshit is the name of this beer. And the label is fun. It says East Coast Anthem IPA, a big old hot papa of a beer, packing an intense mango tropical fruit hit from us big guns, Simcoe and Mosaic. It's just bigger and juicier than its bitter West Coast counterpart, like sipping hazy hop nectar from a can. It's all good. Explicit haze warning. If cloudy beer offends you, please drink from the can or close your eyes. I think that's kind of funny.
Trigger warning.
Honestly, trigger warning for like any old school West Coast guys.
Right.
The amount of tantrums I see
This
people
cannot
throwing.
be hazy.
Why would they make the beer with the clouds?
Wow, that's got some head on it, dude. Is
Yeah,
this
it
still
is.
kind of warm?
It's foamy. It's not super cold, but it's not super warm.
Yeah, it's been in the freezer for at least 3 hours, so.
The date on this says 17/10/17.
Okay, so.
I think that's a Best Buy date.
Yeah,
it
that
says
sounds
BB
like
before it. Okay,
October 17th of 2017.
6 months. So
6 months.
That's
That's a
gen-
lot for an IPA.
generally Best Buy date's gonna be 6 months out.
Jesus Christ.
And then anybody who does a Best Buy date 6 months out. So that would put this April 17th?
I don't know.
maybe?
For an IPA, I'd shoot for 3 or 4, not 6.
True, but anybody who puts a Best Buy date on their shit, they usually do 6 months.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that's copping out, like, because a Best Buy date is very foggy. It's like, well, I can assume it was, canned, 3 months prior or 6 months prior, depending on where you're at when you buy it. So if you buy it in, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7 in July, it's like, well, maybe this was canned like this month. No, it turns out it was canned like in,
Yeah.
April.
At least in this case, we know it's not going to be more than 6 months. So
Right. Yeah.
probably. So it's safe to assume that this is canned a couple weeks ago, mid-April.
It's a great label, though, man.
The label's super fucking
Yeah,
cool.
this is nice.
It's
It's like cartoonish, like it's a bunch of animals. There's like a fucking unicorn puking rainbows.
Let me throw a picture in the chat for this. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to the chat, but if you are, shout out to my chat, folks. Chat.
I will say it's a lot nicer sitting here. This is like a really cool view of this room that I've never seen because I always sit where I sit. So
yeah, the me and Matt seats, like we have a clear view across, where you and Greg have a cluttered across view.
this is how it should be, though. Like you and Matt are like the anchors of the show, so you need to look at each other and have
like Anchorman. How now, Brown Cow?
Yeah, that's you guys.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
This smells great. Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
That's
I want every beer show to start using that as their like vocal warm up.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol. What was the Anchorman warm up?
How now, Brown Cow?
No.
And then he says the Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol. That just makes you want to like slur more. Bourbon Barrel Christmas Carol.
It's like the judicial system. It's not me. It's the
Yeah,
judicial
so this is
system.
definitely fresh-ish. Like you can smell the hop still. It's not like faded at all. But it's kind of like on that greener, like I don't know.
It did
asparagus-y.
foam up a lot. It got a big fluffy head, and it settled down to like a milder head, but it's still there. And there's some chunkies in this guy too.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like kind of
Yeah,
beer's kind of
yeah.
a dark yellow, like a caramel color, but it's got some chunkies in it. It's not really hazy. It's just like a fairly clear beer with a lot of shit in it.
They warned you on the can, so
Yeah, but it's not really even a haze. Like haze, I think, kind of like a wit, where it's kind of just cloudy in general. This isn't.
this is just a shitty looking beer.
This is a
Like,
chance of meatballs, is what this is. It's not
Yeah.
fucking cloudy. It's
I can see many small chunks of yeast floating around, not moving unless I move the glass. So
yeah. There's a lot of chunkies in this guy, just floaties. All like I said, it seems like a clear West Coasty beer with a lot of floaties. That's pretty good.
yeah,
Got kind of a grassy finish, which I'm not in love with, but
yeah. The nose too. It's a grassy, earthy kind of IPA nose. It's not really big and fruity and tropical. I think. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I mean,
you know what? Maybe I'm getting a little bit of that that green oniony thing that you can get from Mosaic sometimes. I think I
Really?
might be getting at the end.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
It definitely has like a lingering aftertaste.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Just wait, let it settle in your palate. Like for me, like the top of my mouth, I can still taste this beer.
Yeah, it's bitter too. It's pretty fucking bitter.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely isn't in the style of this is, I feel like this is somebody who makes primarily West Coast IPAs with they just like a bunch of shit in their beer. I guess that's what's popular now. And like this feels like what they think this beer is supposed to be.
Yeah, they don't know the style that well.
Yeah,
the
it's
New
like
England
it's got
style.
chunkies
Yeah.
floating in it. It's still bitter. It just tastes like a West Coast IPA that was kind of executed weirdly.
It's like they didn't finish the West Coast IPA.
Right.
It's like they brewed one and it didn't finish, and it's got that weird crop of Mosaic that I can get that onion thing definitely. Because, like I said, even as a home brewer, I don't want to use Mosaic in my beers because it's so risky. You don't know, especially as a home brewer, because you're just buying a 2-ounce bag of Mosaic pellet hops that you don't know where they came from. They could be shit, and you're going to brew with them and dedicate, a month of your time to making an IPA that might suck because of the hops. So, but Garage Project, I would assume, has access to, they can buy what they want kind of thing. They're not trying to like scrape the bottom of the barrel for hops. So,
Yeah, they're pretty big, I think, at least in their home market. I don't know.
yeah. But I don't know. I mean, is that an American hop, Mosaic? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so Simcoe, I think.
So maybe it's difficult for them to get. I don't know. Simcoe is Simcoe, but
I think
Mosaic.
Mosaic has gotten fairly easy to get, period, nowadays. But so it's funny though, reading through this beer has a really high rating on Untapped. It's like 4.5 or 4.2 with a fair amount of reviews.
4.2, really?
Yeah, and
Because
then
that's pretty high for Untapped.
Yeah, it's only got 1,000 or so reviews, but some people will say stuff like hazy tropical explosion.
No.
And the power of suggestion is so big there that somebody will be like, yeah, it's a hazy tropical explosion. Some of the people comment like, oh, a lot of sediment, which is true.
Well, like I said, they have a warning on the can, just like the Herty Terps. But,
yeah, the difference is Heady Topper's like I said, a cloudy, hazy kind of beer. This has chunks of shit in it, like literal sediment. Like it's, in large particles are floating around in this. It's not like a bunch of small particles in suspension.
I'm not even trying to look at the beer. When it comes to beers like this, you can judge the haziness, I guess, but if you're going to like subtract points from the beer for the way it looks, I think that's just pointless. I mean, you're going for more for the aroma and the flavor with beers like this. It's a non-factor for me. But that being said,
I think it's kind of a bonus round, but it can be a minus when your beer looks really like there's literal chunks of shit.
But when they tell
around.
you to not pour it in a glass and to drink it from the can,
That's
like,
just hiding something they know you're not going to like.
That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
That's just be like, honey, turn the lights off before I take my clothes off. I don't want you to see this.
That's why I have sex in the dark.
This
Yvonne's
beer,
like, no, turn it up. I'm like, really?
Garage
All right.
Project is like sex in the dark.
Well, not just Garage Project. Like, you could say Herty Terper's like sex in the dark,
Yeah, it's
They don't want you to see what it looks like.
It's like sex in the dark. It's fucking close to water, right? That's. And I live on a lake.
But
I don't. I'm in California. We have no water.
We're
Overall,
getting our
though-
water back, though.
Overall, I just don't love this beer. It's got kind of a harsh bitter finish and not in a clean way. It just tastes muddy. Just it doesn't work.
For me, like the grassy, earthy notes are a little over the top. I'm not a fan of grassy IPA or vegetal IPA, and this has that on the nose. A little bit of that onion character you get from Mosaic too. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can't say I'd buy a 6-pack of it or rush to buy it online. It's got awesome can art. It's amazing how far artwork on a can or a bottle can go to like sell a beer.
Yeah.
Like people love looking at a beer and saying, "Look at this thing I bought," and of course it's awesome.
Even more minus points though is that they're deliberately trying to hitch their wagon to the canned East Coast IPA, and they did not hit that mark at all.
Yeah.
They're nowhere
I
near that
agree.
flavor profile. They literally just thought, make a West Coast IPA, throw some chunks of shit in it, and like we'll call it a day. It feels like the most cynical, lazy cash-in way of being like, let's throw one of these fucking turds out and anybody will buy it. And I don't know.
I think it's okay. It's okay for you to say that, but of course, as a brewery, I don't think they were thinking that. I think they really tried to craft a recipe that was similar to a New England IPA, and they missed the mark. Because it's not horrible, but it's not what they wanted, I think.
It feels like they didn't have an understanding. Like, you don't get a beer this bitter if you're making a beer in the style of
But they're also from
the New England beers, right?
New Zealand, right?
Yeah, you're a fucking professional brewery. You can have fucking shit like FedEx to you in like an hour or something. You can be like,
know,
I
but
want some Treehouse beer.
They're pretty far away. Like, I get it. Yeah, you could analyze beers and
It would
get
be-
some Treehouse beers that are a week old.
If some European brewery's like, we're making a West Coast IPA and it tastes like a beer from the 90s, you're going to be like, well, they should have fucking drank a West Coast IPA before.
But doesn't that usually happen with European breweries? Like, they're going to make a West Coast IPA and they're like, oh, no. We see what you're going for, but we're going to make it better by doing it our way.
Garage Project has made a West Coast IPA and they've done great at it. So
they? Okay, well.
And they've done their regular IPAs are much better than this.
Huh.
So it really feels like they took a regular IPA recipe and were like, everyone likes cloudy beer now, just put some cloudy shit in it, and then called it a day. It's like the guy on Facebook who's just like, I guess all they want is just put some flour in it, just make it cloudy. And they have no understanding or appreciation for the style.
Right.
This feels like the personification of that opinion into a beer.
Huh. Okay. Well,
I just think I think it's not well executed. I think you don't get this far off the mark when they're advertising it as East Coast hazy IPA with just chunkies and the yeast. You don't have none of the yeast character that you get out of like a London 3 or Conan. I just think they took a regular IPA, left chunks of shit in it and said that's what people like now and called it out. And it didn't work. It's not good.
But we agree
it's worse
that
than average.
The can art's awesome, though.
Can's dope.
Okay, cool.
Put the can on our wall of fame.
I don't have a wall of fame.
Just nail it to the wall.
All right, so we're doing all of these 4B quickie, the 4B flight thing. I'm going to start that over. So the whole point of the 4B flight is we're trying to raise awareness for our Patreon account. If you want to support the show on Patreon, that sounds horrible too. I'm not good at this. Matt's really good at this. Go for it, Jason. You do it.
So we're doing the 4B flight as our little reminder, fundraiser, a little taster flight, and also just to kind of use this as an extra excuse to push our Patreon. Patreon is kind of how we pay for this show. It costs us money to do all this stuff. The money that people give us on Patreon, it lets us do the extra video shows. It lets us upgrade our equipment, keep our quality good. Do stuff like live streams, upgrade from webcams to having nicer cameras, upgrade to get some nice lights at my house so I can fucking light up my nerd room and do a thing. Matt's looking at doing a show. We're doing a regular Brew Wu-Tang, and that's what we're using the Patreon money for. And so
Brew Wu-Tang.
And so we can afford to do 24 beer showdowns and
yeah. We're about due for another showdown too.
Yeah, we're about due. We're gonna do it soon. But anyways, hit us up on Patreon. Give us $1, $2. I think $1's the minimum, and that's fine. $4 a month, man. $4 is nothing. That ain't shit.
And thank you to all of our current patrons that have been supporting the show for
years, some of them, and you guys rock.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for listening to the 4B flight and brew the shit out of it.
And also thanks for stopping by. But mostly thanks for stopping by.
And nibs and beans.
Nibs and beans.
Okay. Now we're done.
I'm really surprised at how bad that was.
I don't think it was that bad, but
I think it's pretty shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And the fact that it has a 4.2 on Untapped is because fucking everyone's just like, oh, hazy, yep, I like it. 5 stars.
It's a hype whale. All right, back to my nice headphones. Oh, that's so much better. Wow. I should buy some for you guys. These are nice. Those are so tinny and like just, patrons, people, support us so I can buy $200 headphones for everyone. Like I'm in my own little world right now with these headphones. So the ones you guys, I'm so sorry, guys.
You can do that focus thing on.
I can't change focus on photos.
Really?
No.
Yeah, when I do wide aperture, because it has the dual lens thing,
I
can go back and change the focus. So, like, check it out. So I go to the photo, and then I can change, like, focus point. And then I can change.
No, we can't do that.
I didn't realize my phone could do it for the last few months.
That's nuts.
Pretty jazzed. I was pretty rad.
I'm sure Apple will steal it with
It's
iPhone
the
8.
dual camera thing. I guess one of the camera.
Well, the iPhone 7 Plus, like I have 2 cameras.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
they just don't do that. They don't have that level of customization for
I'm
your
not sure what they
photos.
do in the software, but one of the cameras, I guess, is monochrome.
Yeah, Apple doesn't. The way it works on iPhone is, they use both cameras to look at the image, and they're on the fly processing 9 images for depth of field and everything else, and that's how they make your faux bokeh photo like you're doing.
So basically, kind of rather than
Apple doesn't save that information, and it looks like Huawei does save that information, so you can change it whenever you want, which is kind of cool. There was a camera that came out. It was like a square. I forgot what it was called, but it was like it looked like a candy bar almost, but it was like square like that and that long. And you could take a photo, and then when you brought it into the computer with their software, you could pick any point in the photo to be the focus point. So it could be the foreground, it could be
Yeah.
the background, it could be something in the middle, and it took photos of everything basically. And that's kind of what that's doing, which is kind of cool for a cell phone.
Like I said, my understanding is like one of the lenses is full color and the other one's monochrome. And the monochrome, the idea is that it lets in a bunch more light, so it has more info about
Yeah, it
the
helps
light and the depth.
your contrast too.
Yeah, so
So far, the photos you've taken for fresh off the shelf, like the one, I think it was for unfiltered Sculpin.
it was sideways or some shit. It was like not. The photo looked fine, but it was like fucking like.
No, but I'm just saying for like the faux depth of field, like
Yeah.
where the background was blurred. I saw one spot where it was, you could tell like it was a cell phone photo, but
Yeah.
if you just glance at it like in a video, you couldn't tell at all. It was pretty sweet. So that phone does a really good job.
Yeah, I've been happy with this phone overall. It doesn't quite work with T-Mobile's special shit, like Wi-Fi calling and stuff. I guess this does voice over LTE, but T-Mobile's Wi-Fi calling is like its own thing. Not that big a deal, though. Honestly, I don't make calls very often.
Well, I gotta shut this shit down.
What's the other thing this doesn't do? Oh, it doesn't do Android Pay. But, like, just because Android Pay is, like, fucking weird about what phones it lets in. It's
Yeah.
like, this has the hardware to do it.
It makes sense though.
But, like, my bank will be like, oh, fuck you, I don't allow the Huawei phone to do
right,
it.
yeah.
Fuck you, bank.
Yeah. All right, so if you're watching in the live stream or live YouTube stream, we're gonna stop right now. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you later.